Hello everyone, I'm Darshan and I'm presenting you Kalamanch. Kalamanch is an e-commerce platform for artisans. We are working on the problem statement ID GM754 out of 459 problem statement. What do you think? Why we chose this problem statement? 23 million. Do you know it is around the size of the population of Mumbai city? Do you know what else it is? It is also the number of artisans in India. So, looking at the number of artisans and the impact which we can create and the creative freedom we get, it felt like a best opportunity to influence the lives of our Indian artisans. So, we thought of working on this project and let's talk about the key features of a project. So, key features first off, which is e commerce platform, we have all the recommendation systems over here. So, from the product recommendation to the recommendation for artisans, which are the trendiest and the more used items in the site. Next up is VR and AR. So let's say you like the photo frame or a vase. So you want to look how it will look on your home. So you can just turn on your camera and project it on your screen, and you can just see how it will look on the on your wall or on the floor. So it will help you to visualize stuff around you before buying it. So third up is community. So community is a place to grow and work together for artisans. So they can share their ideas and the creative sides which they can have. The fourth is social media. So why we should restrict our art to our site? Let's make it global from our existing social media platforms. So artisans would be allowed to directly post their new art things and directly on their social media, and they will have a referral link to our site as well. So they can directly promote their products on their social media as well. So next up is auction. Some art cannot be recreated again and again. So for these kind of arts, we have auction. So artisans can request an auction and they can hold a 1 or 2 day auction on our site, and the maximum bidder would get the product. And the last step is the customized order. So let's say you like that Banarasi sari, but you don't like that lace on it. So you can just customize the order and request artisans. If they want, they can extra charge you for it as well. So next up is technologies. So what things which will power our site? So first up is 3JS. 3JS is basically used for all the VR and AR technologies and 3D rendering. Next.js is for front end. Next.js is used for better SEO support. We are going to use MongoDB for our database because it is NoSQL and it is easier to work with and it is also scalable. We are going to use Fast API for a backend system because it is quick and fast response, and also it has asynchronous support as well. Redis. So Redis will be going to use for caching and AWS for hosting our platform. That's all about technology. Let's talk about architecture. So as you can see on our screen, we have three-layered architecture. First is the presentation layer. Next is the logic layer, which has all the ML server and ecom server. And then we have data layer, which has file storage, Redis cache, and two databases. So let's talk about presentation layer first. It is the place where we have all the front end website. So the user clicks and all the stuff like that will work on presentation layer. Next is logic layer. So in every part of the logic layer, it is everything is load balanced. So you can see that our ecom server will handle all the requests to a Redis cache or database or to the file system. Next is ML server. We made this ML server separate from our ecom server because we don't want to uh, give out load to our ecom server only heavy ML stuff to maybe to render the AR model or stuff like that, or to generate 3D model from photography using photogrammetry. So we separated out our AR server to that. And also, as you can see in our data layer, we have two databases. So the reason of having these two databases is to separate out the data for reading for our ML model, so they can retrain for the recommendation system. And the second database is the main database, the master database. And the Redis cache is for caching, and file system is we are storing the all the files or the binary files over there. So these are our architecture. Let's look at the user flow. So showing you user flow is basically, let's start with adding a product for our artisan side. So as you can see, we have an artisan over here. Let me open this up. Yeah, as you can see, we have an artisan over here. So artisan can create a product, and they can see if there a model created. For model is basically and 3D model of it. So they can choose the pictures and do everything, and we will create a. They will basically upload a 2D images, and we will create a 3D model for it, and they can use it for VR. So if the 3D model is not created, we are going to list the product without AR or VR support on our site. But if the photos are updated, then our ML servers kick in, and they will generate the AR model for it, and the artisans will visit the site again after the model is created, and they can look at the model if it is built perfectly, and the artisans can approve the AR model again, and they can upload, if they approve the AR model, we will publish it on site, and if they don't approve it, they can re-upload the image, and the whole cycle goes on. So let's take a look at the consumer side. So the consumer side, they can add the product to the cart, and the cart and they can confirm the cart, and all the basic stuff, that is to confirm the address and pay, and order checkout and stuff like that. And finally is the Kalamanch employees. So basically, these are the people who will look at the products. So in the supply chain, they would interfere, and they would look at the products if they are up to the mark, and do all the quality checks over there. We are going to build a portal for them to see what they have to check, and review all the stuff over there. So this is basically how the user flow would look like. This is in a very high overview of it. There are a lot of things which would go into it, but this is the general thing which we have thought of right now. So this is our presentation. Uh, Thank you.